Welcome to 805 Focus. I'm Dr. Cinder Sinclair with Nonprofit Connect, and we will be bringing you the latest on your favorite nonprofits, so get ready to be inspired. Our special guest today is Katheryn Westland, and Katheryn is Executive Director of Friendship Center. Welcome, Katheryn.
Hi, Cinder. Thank you for having me.
Oh gosh, Friendship Center. What a wonderful organization, and what important services you provide that I think no one else does. And so, would you please sort of give us an overview? Tell us about the services that you provide.
Absolutely. So Friendship Center is a nonprofit adult day program, sometimes referred to as an adult day care center, and we are licensed by the state of California to uniquely provide what I call purpose and peace of mind.
Oh.
And we do that by offering programs that are socially, physically, emotionally, and cognitively enriching for our attendees. And then they give peace of mind to the caregivers of our attendees, as many of them are living with various forms of dementia or other cognitive impairments, and they are not able to be left home alone during the day or independently carry out activities. So we give them purpose to their day with dignified activities, and then the caregivers have that peace of mind.
And not only do they have peace of mind, they get a little break.
Yes.
I mean, caregivers, holy cow, they're just
Absolutely.
always giving it all they've got. So
Yep.
I'm sure that they welcome the break.
Absolutely. And actually in our community, 80% of adults that are living with Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia live at home. And they are being cared for by informal caregivers, meaning a family member or a friend, unpaid caregiver.
80%?
Yes.
And so here they are at home, being cared for by family members. And Friendship Center, wouldn't you say, is really the only place that they can bring their family member and know they're going to be taken care of. And not only that, but not only are they just taken care of, but they have fun.
They have so much fun. We have a lot of fun at the center, and we're seeing a lot of the caregivers now, and the trend is only going up, that are in the sandwich generation, meaning that they're caring for their children and their parents at the same time. And there are infrastructures for children to go and have supervised activities and engagement, but there isn't really an answer for that for older adults, particularly those that are dependent. But that's what Friendship Center does. We let caregivers have that respite, that very important time to focus on their own self-care, which is often neglected for caregivers when they care for someone else. They often overlook their own self-care and well-being. So we filled that gap as an adult day program, and uniquely do so in our community.
Yeah, and so some of the activities that you do there with them, I know they're very fun. Tell me about them.
Yeah, so as a social model program, we're not a medical model, we do not provide medical care, we're social. But what that means is we design our program with a person-centered care methodology. So based off of what our members' interests are, who's coming every day, what they want to see, what they want to do, and their life stories, how we can integrate that into our activities. A basic schedule typically looks like a physical exercise, we have cognitive activities, brain fitness games, a lot of music, a lot of dance. City College actually comes out and teaches a class, at least one class, almost every single day. It's part of SBCC's Vitality program.
Wow.
And we've had that partnership for a very long time, and we're very grateful. So all of our members are SBCC students. We have pet therapy, art therapy, we have intergenerational activities. We kind of run the gamut of different activities and offerings, but we also really rely on what our members want to do in that moment that brings them the most joy and gets them laughing.
So what they want to do, how do you find out what they want to do? I mean, like, give me an example.
Yeah, so it takes a little while, and that's part of person-centered care, really getting to know the person, who they are right now. It's very important to know the life story, and often the family will be able to tell us the life story, meaning where they grew up, where they were born, what their career was, certain interests, and we can have all of that written on paper, and it's very helpful. but we have to get to know the person to see where they are now. So, for example, we have members that were big-time academics. We have someone who has 2 PhDs. He was nose in the books. That was what he did. He read, he taught, he was very cerebral in all his activities.
Yeah.
Now, and that's who we got to know when he started coming. Now, he just wants to dance. Don't give him a book. Don't talk about academics. Don't talk about schoolwork. He just wants to dance and have fun. Sometimes he wants to passively participate in our programs. If we have a band playing and he just wants to sit there and nod his head, that's great. If that's what makes him happy, we'll bring a snack over and put our arm around him and enjoy it with him, however he is experiencing it.
That is fabulous. Well, and it's almost like all the things you do there really are kind of like medicine. Medicine, because everything I've read says that people, as they get older, and certainly if they have dementia, they need that stimulation. It helps them be in a better place, and the cognitive games that you're talking about, and the dancing, and the songs and all that really helps with their brain function.
Absolutely. So when we talk about an adult day program, there was actually an article recently about adult day programs called Beyond Just Dancing and Dominoes. So that really is a great way of explaining we do much more than activities for the sole purpose of recreation. When it comes to dementia, which is an abnormal cognitive decline, it's not normal aging, we don't know often why it started and what to do. And there's no one size fits all. One person's Alzheimer's diagnosis could look completely different from someone else's. So it's quite difficult to find interventions that work for everybody, particularly in forms of medication. And we are still early on, we're moving forward, but still very early on in finding that cure for Alzheimer's, which is the most common form of dementia. But what we do know is there are incredible benefits of socialization amongst peers, amongst people your own age. And that's very important, feeling dignity and respect in the activities you're doing on a day-to-day basis. And it's really hard to find that, particularly for adults that are experiencing this abnormal cognitive decline. It's abnormal, but it's not uncommon. So 1 in 9 adults actually over the age of 65 is living with a form of dementia. Alzheimer's is the most common, but we see Parkinson's, Lewy body dementia, vascular dementia, several others. So while on paper there is so much that is way beyond our complexities of understanding right now, what we do know is that even as we lose our ability to recall memories, we can absolutely still experience and feel the experience of new activities and things that make us happy. Just because you can't express it in the same way that I love this, this is great, you can still feel that. So that's where Friendship Center has really, really specialized and focused on our entire program design since we were founded in 1976.
Wow, and really every day bringing joy into their lives.
Yes, absolutely.
So we are so lucky to have Friendship Center in our community. Do you think that most communities have something like this, or is this really unusual?
So the social model adult day program is quite unique. There are other models of adult day programs that offer health services, which comes with incredible benefits of having on-site nursing and different types of therapies. That's wonderful. But as a social model, we are independent in a way where we can design our programs and we can, like I said, kind of follow that person-centered model of what that person says they want to be doing. So a lot of adult day programs, particularly in California, are that medical model. We're a little rare to be social. And as the medical model, there's also certain guaranteed funding streams from the government to operate as such. So It's a little bit of a risk on one hand to go off as a social model, but we have a very supportive community.
Yes.
And so California is a little bit different. We also have pretty strict licensing for adult day programs, which I am incredibly grateful for. But it is more common around the country, adult day programs existing in different capacities. But actually, California and Hawaii are the two states that have social models kind of at the same rate or almost at the same rate as a medical model.
So a person pays a monthly fee, or how does that work? What are the costs?
So we are a nonprofit organization and really, really rely on community support, very generous community support from foundations, government grants, individual donations, bequests, and events that bring in revenue so that we can make sure nobody is turned away for inability to pay. So we operate on a sliding scale, and that's based off the family's ability and capacity to contribute. And it's a monthly fee, and it is an absolute minimum, a fraction of what other in-home or residential placement care costs would be.
That's great. And so as a 501c3 nonprofit, a person could go on your website, for example, and hit that donate button, and they could make a financial contribution that would be tax deductible.
Absolutely. You can go to our website and find different ways to donate and contribute to our programs and the sustainability and longevity of what we do. We also have opportunities to volunteer, and you can volunteer working with the members and joining our activities. But also, we love when people lend their expertise. If someone has a background in landscaping, they can help keep our place beautiful. Or if they have an interior design interest, they can help us design a reminiscence room. So there's a lot of opportunities, but you can reach our website. You can visit our website to find any opportunity to donate.
Good.
And as a local organization serving adults that are living here locally, the bridge from a donation to the impact is quite immediate. And if I could somehow express in numbers and in words the sigh of relief that we hear from a family when they're worried about, they want to bring their family member to Friendship Center, but they don't know how much it costs, and we can say, we'll take care of it. We'll make this work. That sigh of relief is everything.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of raising funds, I know that, what is it, usually in the springtime you have an event called Festival of Hearts, is that right?
Yes, every February we have our Festival of Hearts event. In 2024 it will be our 25th year of hosting this event.
Oh, wow.
And it is a fundraising celebration, but it's also an opportunity to honor caregivers and say thank you. The caregiving journey can be quite challenging and isolating, though it is also a gift to care for someone you love. It's difficult, and you don't always hear a thank you, and you don't always get recognized as the celebrity you are amongst our community. So the Festival of Hearts is a beautiful opportunity to raise awareness of what we do and raise funds to continue doing what we do and only expand our services to serve even more people.
And don't local artists create like really spectacular hearts? Some are big, some are little.
Yeah.
And then they're on a like silent auction, or they're a bid on them or something like that?
Yes, so we have something called the Heart Art Project, and it's really where compassion and creativity combine. So local artists and celebrities will be sent a papier-mâché heart that they can design and decorate however they would like. And we get some really interesting versions this year. We've received ones that look like, that have different functions, one that's a purse and some that look like sailboats. Sky's the limit. All we ask is that they use the heart that's provided and keep it within certain measurements, but they can cut, glue, paste away. And we get some incredible, incredible designs that express creativity and express the emotion and gratitude for this work in a beautiful way. And then these hearts are available at our silent auction, which takes place at our Festival of Hearts event.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes. It's a very fun event, I know
Yes,
that.
yes.
And so a person could go on your website and find out about that event, like exact date and time and location and all that, right?
Yes, absolutely. All of the information about Festival of Hearts and all of our events, whether they're fundraising events or events to come out and have fun with our members and experience the holiday and celebration, and we celebrate every day. So it's always something going on. But yes, information about our Festival of Hearts event is available at our website, friendshipcentersb.org. You will find information about sponsorships, information about collaboration on that event, and other fundraising initiatives. And if you have any questions, we're a phone call away.
And okay, so there's another event that I've been to. I think it's called something like Wine Down.
Yes.
So that happens, what, in the fall?
In the fall.
Oh, in the fall.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, our Wine Down event that happens every fall actually takes place at our beautiful center. We are very lucky to have a beautiful property in Montecito. We've been there for 45 years in 2024, and we have a gorgeous courtyard with all the different types of trees. I say all the different types of trees. I know there's way more, but so many different types of trees that uniquely grow in Montecito. And it's an evening of being in the beautiful space that we have, sharing memories of members that have been there before, that are there now, those that want to be involved, and the generous contribution of local wineries allows that special element of a tasting event. And we have a silent auction and a live auction at that event as well, and we're very, very grateful for everyone that attends the Wine Down Festival of Hearts and supports our work. It, like I said, that sigh of relief you hear from a caregiver is worth its weight in gold times a million. It is incredible. And when people support our work at any amount, it allows us to keep doing that.
Yeah. And the joy that you bring to other people who actually go there for the services.
Yes, it is.
And so you're
really special.
located across from All Saints by the Sea.
Yes, we are right across
church.
All Saints by the Sea, just off the San Ysidro exit. If you're going south, if you're going north, there's a whole traffic pattern that I won't go into. But a beautiful spot right there on Eucalyptus Lane, a stone throw from Miramar Beach, and right across from the Rosewood Miramar, which is actually where we hold the Festival of Hearts event.
Yeah, that's a fun place. Yes. So, okay, we have a couple minutes left. What else would you like our audience to know about Friendship Center?
Well, something about Friendship Center that is very, very dear to me personally, having worked with Friendship Center previously in the programs and being very close to the members, is that Friendship Center becomes a place where the experience of someone's final chapter always remains. And what I mean by that is a family member who will bring their loved one there during what's a pretty challenging time of their life, particularly if they are going through Alzheimer's or another dementia diagnosis and at this stage. And we get to know them in that stage. And like I said before, we honor their life story, but we don't care about the change of abilities. We meet them where they are, and we get to have this wonderful experience with them, and it is wonderful. We are just joy promoters, and I've been called, and I proudly wear, a professional annoyer. I will annoy somebody. I will make sure that they feel involved. And when they do eventually graduate, that family can always come back to Friendship Center and share memories of their loved one, even in that difficult stage of life. So a time that is very painful for a lot of people, they can come over to Friendship Center and reminisce with us about the times their dad had there, and we can remind them of that. Something else I would like to share is that as a non-medical model, we're not taking the place of a nursing home. We're really there to fill that gap. The gaps, there are many, between symptom onset, so cognitive changes, to diagnosis, to the eventual full-time nursing care if that's needed. And those gaps can be anywhere from a couple weeks to a couple years. We've had someone attend for well over 2 decades, and they can be very costly financially and emotionally challenging when you're trying to figure out what's going on. So Friendship Center is there to fill those gaps. We're there to bring joy and light to the darkest days, and like I said, meeting everyone where they are now. Whoever walks through the door every morning, where they are is where we meet them. We don't compare the day before, the year before, the week before, or what's going to happen. We just want them to have a good day and leave knowing that they're safe, they're loved, and someone was really happy to see them that day.
Wow. Thank you for this inspiring story and for all of the good work that you do every day.
Thank you. It is an honor and privilege to be able to spend time with the members there. I thank the families for sharing their loved ones with us. We love them as our own family.
And thank you for joining us on 805 Focus, and we'll see you next time.